Okay, so we're back outside and we want to take a look around town here. First thing you might notice as you come in is this first debris pile is now gone, as well as, of course, the one we just looked at, the player tower, private tower, player home, whatever you want to call it. Of course, it's got to be gone as well since you can get into the place. So there's that. And all of my workers are going to their next workstation, which would be right here around the inn. Right now, these workers are all sleeping here in this old torn down inn, what's left of it. They just have some simple bed rolls in here to sort of crash on. So the next important thing, I think, is to give them a place where they can actually sleep. So they're going to clear this debris up and get started on the construction of the actual inn. Takes them a minute to sort of get to their workstations here, but basically they'll come and dig and hammer and beat and bang at this debris pile until they get it demolished and get all this demolition done and get all this stuff cleared out of the way, and then they can actually start working on the inn. As far as the animations, you know, the game is somewhat limited in what animations you have, so I had to work with what they had. And so you know, basically pickaxe markers here for these. I took the animation from the smelter and took the shovel part out of it and made a sort of standalone furniture marker to use that animation. It's not perfect. If you watch him, he'll turn around and grab the handle and like tilt up the bucket to pour the, there he goes, pour the molten metal, you know, the molten steel or whatever out into the smelting bucket. So that's a little bit wonky, but you know, you work with what you can. I'm not an animator, but the whole point is just to simulate some work, simulate people doing stuff, really. You know, I could have gone the route of basically what they did in the Hearthfire expansion, where when you add a new house or whatever, it enables immediately. I didn't really want to do that. For the sake of realism, I wanted this done in stages to at least somewhat simulate what would really go on if this place was being rebuilt. Again, it's not perfect, but working with what I got here, and I'm real happy with the way it turned out overall. Most people might not even really notice this stuff, to be honest with you, but I'm sort of anal. So these guys will kind of stay at this debris pile for a couple of days. Actually, there's a quest that you have to complete right along in here to get some shipments for materials to rebuild the town. And so they'll kind of hammer away and work away here for a couple of more days until you get that done, and then go on to the next phase. So I'm going to back away over here, and I'll make a save, and then I'll load that up and show you what happens next. Okay, so we are back here in front of the what's going to be the new inn. Hello, Sorian, one of my guards. And I've got workstations set up out here. As you see, all the debris pile is gone from in the middle of the road here. And I've got little markers set up to where each of the workers will go and hammer and beat and bang, and got little sawhorses and that type of stuff. Little crafting workbench here, and just hammer markers where just sort of simulate some working. I wish there was an animation rather to use like a handsaw like this right here. Would have been great to put up on these sawhorses, and they could just use that saw. But unfortunately, like I say, I'm kind of using what I've got, you know, but the whole point is to simulate some construction going on, you know, as opposed to just everything just basically transforming overnight or a series of nights or whatever. I wanted to add some realism, basically, and just make it look like there was construction going on. She takes way too many breaks. I'm going to have to dock her pay, but like I say, they'll go and beat and bang on these wall markers, go to these sawhorses and workbenches and stuff. Oh, shift just ended. It is 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock rather. So they are done working for the day. These three Basically all are over here at this big rubble pile, shoveling and hoeing and using the pickaxe markers and busting all this stuff up, getting it ready to be cleared and hauled off. So